this is who I am. Yeah. That's who I was. Every day of your life that you go to school for 10 years, you get bullied. Psychologically, it had a massive effect on me. They got tweezers, yeah. It's like scraping my skin like this.
Oh.
I'm switch. You get me? That's me. That's who I am. That's my highest self. They've all lost. They've all failed. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, Shakur Stevenson lost, Ben Whittaker lost, but it's how you bounce back from it. I've never felt more welcomed than when I took my Shahada. I swear to God, when you become Muslim, you're going to love Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him. I think, how can I love someone that I've never met? But I get it now because I get emotional speaking about it. Honestly, bro, it's crazy, man. The best thing about Islam is the food. Bruv, telling ya.
No.
That's an accent.
Yo guys, welcome back to Comeback Cast. Today's episode we have a very, very special guest. None other than James, or also known as Switch. He's an up-and-coming MMA fighter, soon to be in the UFC, inshallah. Just on his amateur journey. And yeah, nice to have you with us today, James.
Appreciate it coming, man. Literally, when I saw that you were doing this, I was like, you've got to have me on, bro. Had to.
No, 100%. You was on the list anyway, man. You was one of the targets.
I remember when I first came to Aki's gym, you two were standing outside the door. I remember.
Really?
Well, you were bigger then, and you had hair. Like you had long hair. I remember. Your hair was a bit shorter though. But I remember you were bolo, bro. Like you were.
Bro,
You know who Bolo
times, man.
You know who Bolo is?
Bro, that was like what 2019. No.
It's got to be.
Yeah. No, it was just after the first lockdown, so it was 2020. Bro. So I was 19. Yeah,
crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's been a long time.
When first met him, I heard the accent. I'm like, yo, he's not from Aston or around this area, man. What? Wait, I had to ask you, where you from?
Oh, man.
Oldbury, man. I'm like,
No
yo,
way.
that's local, man. That's next to us.
Oldbury.
But anyway, first thing first, I just want to dive straight into it, my bro.
Yeah, no worries, man. Carry on.
What was the thing that made you feel like, oh, do you know what? MMA is the one, man. Like I need to get myself into a gym. I need to see what it's all about.
Right, this is going to take 2 hours now. I could go into detail.
Take your time,
but on a serious note, when I was younger, I wasn't a very confident kid. I used to get bullied. I was bullied from the age of about 5 or 6 up until the age of about 14, 15 years old. And yeah, I just didn't have the confidence to even like make friends, or just the environment that I grew up in as well. It just not who I wanted to be. So, but actually, funny enough, getting into MMA, it was my brother, because my brother was overweight. And I thought to myself, you know what? The way he's carrying on, he's going to be pre-diabetic, or he's going to end up with like heart disease or whatever. But I also used it as a way to be like, you know what, I can learn to defend myself, sort of thing. And then, so I just turned 16. So this was like September 2016. Yeah. And then I walked into the gym, SMWS at the time. This was on just off Langley High Street on Broad Street in Langley. So just by the primary school. It's not there anymore. It's moved to Oldbury, just above the Jamaican shop, opposite the tattoo parlours on Birmingham Street in Oldbury. So my first coach was Stephen Miller. Bro, I'm telling you, the nuttiest geezer you'll ever meet, you know, nutter. He used to come in like, Mr. Hale, how you doing? Like, eccentric. Yeah, man. I thought I could fight. Even though I wasn't like a tough kid growing up or anything, I thought I could fight. I thought, this is going to be easy, but I did not know how to fight. When I thought I could throw a punch, that was not a punch. Different. When I thought I could throw a kick, I was not flexible at all. I swear to God, on my mother's life, yeah. Because, you know, I can kick high and I'm very flexible now. I couldn't even kick above, like, the quad. That's how stiff I was. I got videos on my phone of me, on a stretch machine, barling. That's how bad it was. That's how stiff I was, you know. Yeah, it was bad. Then my brother Jerry came over and my mum actually sent him the video and sent it in the Thailand group chat to mock me because they see me as like, oh, I've been to Thailand, this and this. But they didn't see me like when I was at like my most vulnerable, like when I just first started. So yeah, it was a humbling experience. But so back to walking into the gym. So I walked into the gym, met Stephen, massive character, and I knew within the first 2 months this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Even though I was crap my first session, I picked it up very quickly. I'm a very quick learner. Like in school, I didn't really listen because I got diagnosed with ADD when I was 7.
Yeah.
So I used to have, camps in West Bromwich. I used to have to go there.
Yeah.
They used to give me tablets. They used to check my height, check my weight. The doctors used to tell my mum I was underweight. My mum thought, I ain't gonna listen to them. It's just a kid, you know what I mean? Like, well, I'm gonna tell a kid to put on weight, this and this. So yeah, basically I knew I was autistic before I knew I was autistic, sort of thing, like they knew. And then eventually when I got older, I started to realise myself. So I couldn't really concentrate in school. Also getting bullied didn't help. And then I had no confidence. I didn't know my place in the world. And obviously within a month, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to the UFC. Within the first month or two, I'm like, that is my goal. I want to go to the UFC.
Yeah. But it's crazy though, because people don't understand. In school, when you're like, it's fine, don't worry. In school, you do see a lot of people like shy away from all of that, like from who they are. Do you know what I mean? You want to do something, but they shy away because of that in school and whatnot. You know what I mean? But it's good that you've used all of that and thought, no, I'm gonna put it in a good place. I'm gonna focus and put it all into this one thing, and it's bettering yourself 100% from the beginning. It's bettering yourself.
I never even knew that about you.
Bro,
like you just said, ADD.
No, it's real though. It's real. Like obviously you know me as me, innit? This is who I am. Yeah. That's who I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't this confident person that you see today, sitting in front of a camera talking to you about my life and talking to you about my experiences. I was a shy kid. I used to be scared of my own shadow, and that's because I got bullied, and I got bullied that bad. Obviously, as you can see, I got eczema, and obviously those mental scars of getting bullied. It's like it's trauma. Because imagine for 10 years you've been bullied for 10 years. Every day of your life that you go to school for 10 years, you get bullied. Psychologically, it had a massive effect on me. Like scratching, that was like my coping mechanism. Because my mind, because of my ADD as well, my mind goes a million miles an hour. So I'm just scratching. It like kind of like takes my mind off it a little bit, even though it's like a bad thing to do. Like I subconsciously just started scratching. Eczema got worse. Yeah, it wasn't good. Like I think there was a period of year 9. Every day in year 9, I went home crying. I used to cry at school. It was that bad. They used to take the piss out of my eczema. I got racially attacked by an Asian girl. I think she was Punjabi. When I was in year 8, she called me a monkey. I didn't even experience racism until I went to high school. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And then as I got older, it was like more of like intimidating because the kids were a bit bigger than me. I wasn't even that big. I was about average height, really skinny.
I'm glad you never put a height on it because I'm still. I ain't gonna.
I weren't even that tall. But then, when I turned like 15, like I left school at 15 because I'm one of the youngest in my year, so I was born in July. So when I turned 15, that's when everything started to like. That's when I started to grow facial hair, little bits. That's when I started to grow armpit hair. That's when my voice started to deepen because I had a soft voice. Like when I say puberty hit me, I went from like you'd think, this kid's fucking high-pitched, squeaky bastard, and then bang, puberty hits you, and I have this deep voice now. So
nah,
it's crazy, man.
It's crazy because like most of we don't know that. We don't know the James before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then Aki's gym, seeing you in there. You know what? You're talking about the old James. I feel like to us, the old James is the one that we saw at.
That is the old me.
At first reaction.
That is the old me.
But that's. It's like you keep updating.
Nah,
different versions.
I have to.
I have to keep elevating.
I have to.
Especially in this game. But yeah, man, talk to me about Aki's gym and how that started and how
That's when we met.
Because
Yeah,
Aki's been on that journey. He's still here, man. Shout out to Aki.
I love Aki, man.
Yeah,
He's my
yeah,
guy, man.
100%.
Just the things that guy's done for me, like, not even just like in terms of like my career, in terms of like as a human being, I will never. The only way I can repay him is to give charity or make dua for him, because I can't give him money. Even when I get to the UFC, he's told me that he doesn't want a single penny off me, and I was like, Coach, I can't do that, man. Like, honestly, he's
a humble guy,
one
man.
of the best people I've known, and he's one of the best people that I've got in my life right now. But yeah, in terms of like actually like starting the gym, obviously you know Zach and it, Mercs.
Yeah.
Obviously, me and him used to go to war at Stevens, SMWS. Me and him used to batter the shit out of each other. I'll tell you, we went to war. Like, there's been times where he kicked me, Zach kicked me in my mouth, yeah, went in the toilet to wipe it, came back in. There was times where I was punching him up, it was mad. Yeah, and then because obviously when I started, I always knew I wanted to be in the UFC, so I thought, it's about time I transition. And then it was finding the right time, finding the right gym, finding the right environment, and obviously these things take time, so I was just trying to like figure my stuff out. And then just before COVID hit, I moved to a different kickboxing gym, so I was with Val Fernandez, but he doesn't do it anymore, he's kind of like resigned. And I was going to like Wally ABC, so I was doing boxing and kickboxing. So I was doing kickboxing 3 times a week, and I was doing boxing 3 times a week, so I was doing 6 days a week. Yeah. And then COVID hit, and then obviously I was working at DPD just so I can get money in my back pocket. And then obviously I had a guy that I met there and said, well, if you want to take it seriously, you got to put yourself in an environment where you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to excel, you're going to have to get better, like Thailand, for example. So that put Thailand in my head through DPD. Yeah. Anyway, back to the Aki situation. When lockdown was over, obviously everyone could go out and that. And obviously I've been saying to Mercs for time, yo, I need to come join your gym, because he joined Aki in the November of 2019, just before COVID actually like happened. And then so then I hollered him, and then eventually, I'd say like 2 or 3 days before my 20th birthday, that's when I joined Aki's gym. That's when I seen you two outside the door. Instantly, when I walked in, I was like, yeah, this is different, because MMA is a completely different sport. Yeah. Pardon me, it's a completely different sport to kickboxing. Kickboxing is just stand up. MMA, there's takedowns. And, bro, I didn't even know what a takedown was. Yeah. Obviously I did, but knowing how to do them, it's a completely different sport within itself. And then the jiu-jitsu as well, so you combining the 3 sports together. I was thinking to myself, yeah, like what I've got myself into. But anyway, when I got in, I was a bit like trying to like suss out the environment, and then I went up to the counter, and then that's when I first met Aki, because Aki was at the desk. I was like, yeah, I've come to join, I want to pay for the month and that. I was like, do you do card? He's like, nah, I do cash only. So I was like, all right then. So I was like, I was a bit of a pickle. So do I leave in embarrassment because I ain't got the money on me to pay, even though it's on my card? Like, I have the money, it's just that I can't give it to him, so I felt a bit bad. Do I leave, or do I say to him, right, give him my word that I'm going to give it to him the next time I come? Yeah. So I asked him, I was like, is it all right if I give it to you the next time I come? He goes, no problem. No one's ever done that for me, bro. Every time it's like, nah, it's got to be done here and there. Go to the cash point, get it out. Turns around to me, he's like, nah, don't worry about it.
He's a good guy when it comes to stuff like that, man.
And then from then, it's kind of like rolled, and then that's when it evolved. And my first session, oh my goodness, they put me up against Shaf, first session. Oh my goodness. For those of you who don't know Shaf, he is the Terminator. He is the Terminator. I'm telling you, he started training when he was like 28, but this guy, wallahi, Terminator. I did not know how to sprawl a takedown. What does he do? I'm thinking, yeah, I got my kickboxing, I'm doing my little points fighting style, flicking the wrist and that, doing my feints. Shoots on me, does a wrestling shot, drops the knee. I'm like, what has just happened? Controls me past his guard. He's inside control, I'm on the bottom. I don't even know about shrimping. I'm on my back, getting abused. And then he gets me in a head and arm choke. That's the first time I ever got submitted, you know, Shaf. Yeah. Because I thought I was sick. I thought I was really good at like MMA, even though it was stand-up. I thought, like wrestling, that. that's the hardest part, man.
Bro, it's
The grappling, the wrestling, that's the hardest part. But yeah, Shaf gave me a humbling experience, and then from then I was like, I have to learn this, I have to get better. And then every day was 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. Got my first submission in the gym, was an arm triangle.
You
And I was,
to get that
yeah, bro, I have to, man, because if you don't remember where you come from, you forget who you are, and then you start becoming bigger, and then you think that you're better than you are.
Yeah.
I have to humble myself, man. I have to,
100%.
because even when I'm like, yeah, because right now I'm sparring with the best in the world, so I'm like, yeah, I had to sit round like I can beat anyone, and then a guy who I think that isn't better than me taps me out. I think to myself, yeah, this is why you need to stay humble, you need to stay hungry, you need to work hard, because there's man that can take your spot if you're not careful. So I always pride myself on being humble and just being real. But yeah, in terms of Aki's gym, after I got my first submission, it gave me confidence. And I thought that my grappling was getting better. And yeah, it was for the time being, until I went to Thailand and then showed me a whole different perspective. I was like, yeah, I'm not good at all on the ground.
Just levels on levels.
Yeah, it's just always levels. Like, you think that you've reached a level and you think that you're good, and then there's another level that gets shown, and you just up the ante.
So leading on how you spoke about Thailand. Well, you said you went to Thailand and you thought you was good. Tell us about Thailand.
Oh, Thailand, man. That's like another 4-hour podcast just for Thailand. I'm not even joking on that one.
How long did you go for?
Bro, before anything, bro, I was there, first reaction just before, anyway.
Yeah.
We were training together and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm kidding you not, you know anyway. Bro, he's a different person, completely different person.
It's mad.
Like he went to Thailand, came back, and not only the way you looked, bro. It's not only the way you looked.
Nah, it is.
It's I feel like you're even the way you punch and you kick and everything's just completely different.
Nah,
you're wrestling, everything's just different. And do you know what, bro? I'm proud of it.
I appreciate it, man. Now,
like for real, because it's big dedication, man. Especially to say you started. The whole story is just beautiful, anyway, bro. Yeah. But to say you went to Thailand, come back, and it's just literally switched it. No pun intended.
Literally,
you know what I mean? Switched the whole thing. But yeah, man, tell us about Thailand, bro. How was the first few months, and then how did it like end and stuff?
So I went in January of 2022 for a year. So I went on the 31st of January 2022. I came back on the 20th of January 2023. So I spent just literally 10 days under a year. So it's a year. Still a year.
Yeah.
When I first got there, I was like, yeah, this is real now. Because I've been planning and envisioning it and manifesting it ever since I had the vision of actually going to Thailand. So about April, May 2020. So about 18 to 20 months, I'd been planning on going to Thailand. It's the only thing I thought about. It's the only thing I actually cared about, just getting there. Because it was a milestone from the kid that I was to go to Thailand and train. Like, that's a big thing, man. Especially if you go in there for a year. Like, everyone that was out there, not a lot of people went out there for a year. Obviously, there's people that lived out there, but people my age, they were all like 27, 28 doing it. I was like one of the youngest doing it. I was 21 at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was 21, going to Thailand by myself. You know what I mean? I never spent 3 months away from my parents. That's the longest I went without seeing my mum. But when I was in Thailand, the longest I went without seeing my mum came in September. So what's that? That's 8-9 months I went without seeing my mum. I'd only speak to her twice a week because of that, because of the time zones. It was like a 6-7 hour difference depending on the clocks going forward or backwards. So yeah, it was tough, man. But yeah, when I got there, it was like I stayed in like the Serenity, so it was like these little huts, but they were like really nice. And it was just when COVID was finishing, so it was like lockdown. Yeah. But over there, the rules were different. I had to give them like all my papers. I had to self-isolate until my COVID test came back and all that nonsense. And then, yeah, first session I did was a Muay Thai session. And then I remember the first MMA sparring session that I did. I came up against a geezer called Moses Afoa. No one on this podcast will probably know who he is. If you do, you're a die-hard MMA fan, or a die-hard kickboxing fan. So for those of you who don't know, Moza Foya, he's a Samoan ex-rugby player who turned into a professional kickboxer, fought on like King of the Ring in New Zealand, with like, you know when it is Israel Adesanya fought on that.
Yeah.
I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, he fought on those shows, King of the Ring, all those New Zealand, Australian kickboxing shows, and then he just transitioned to MMA. So bearing in mind, this geezer fights at middleweight. He's not a middleweight, he's a fucking heavyweight. He walks around at like 230, cuts down to 185. Yeah, but it's not muscle, it's just like, you know the Samoans?
Yeah.
They're just massive human beings. He was like, he had a Tai Tuivasa body, but he was cut into 185.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I mean?
How do you even... that's crazy to me. I don't know how people do it, man. Cut all, like...
I can understand if you got muscle mass, but if it's just fat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I sparred him. Bear in mind, you know me back then, I was massive. I was about 92 kilos. So I was sparring him, and I was going light because obviously, for those who don't know, Aki, my coach, he advocates light sparring because he doesn't want people getting concussion. Because anytime you step in the gym, you lower your life expectancy, whether you like it or not. 100%. If you're going hard, like them Dutch kickboxers going hard and that, like, I don't want to see the point in that, but anyways, yeah. So I was going light with him, I was just taking my time. Obviously I had my little point star, so I was like side on doing all this, that, and that, being all flary, being like MVP, Michael Venom Page, thinking I was sick. Bro, he hooked me in the face and I saw stars. Bro, this geezer, I swear to God, he was like, what, 230? I was about 205, but that was just like fat added on, so it wasn't like, I wasn't like 205, like cut into like 185. No, I was just like overweight. Because I spent the last month before I went to Thailand preparing to go to Thailand, so I didn't train or anything. So I was a bit out of shape, and then he caught me with a hook, and I saw stars. And then he battered me.
Was that the first time you saw stars, like, from a hit?
Yeah. He when I say he battered me, he broke my will. Like, he was a bully. Like, he wasn't a nice person. So obviously, usually you have respect on the mat. He was just a guy going in there, and he would fight you in sparring. So I did 5 minute rounds with him, and he was just battering me because he was bigger than me. He was just like hitting me with the hardest shots he could. And then even when like he pushed me off the mat, he pushed me onto like the seat and started punching me. Pardon me. Yeah, he pushed me onto the seat, started punching me off the mat and that. And I thought to myself, nah, you can't go out like that. So obviously within the last 2 rounds, when I started like actually putting combos together, he didn't want it. But he's a bully. If you give him time and space, he'll hurt you. But then, he was just like, he was just a nasty person, and then I went home and I was just like, he's even for me. Like, I've just come all the way to Thailand, and my first sparring session, I'm getting humbled, like battered, like completely beaten down. Pardon me, I ain't got my mum, I ain't got my dad. You know what I mean? I ain't got none of my brethrens where I can like escape from and like just have a good time and that. I was literally in my own head. I was thinking to myself, rah. But at the time I was with my ex-girlfriend, so I was on the phone to her and told her what happened, and she's like, don't worry about it, like, you'll bounce back and that. And then, from there, because I thought I was sick, I thought I was like really, really good until that happened. I was like, I'm not good at all. I need to get better. I need to improve. And then my mindset changed from there. Like, I wasn't complacent with where, like, I was never complacent, but I noticed within myself there was a lot of complacency within my mentality. It's okay, like, let's just say if I didn't do something or I didn't learn something, it's okay, it will come. No, I need to learn it now. That was my mentality. From that day forward, no, everything, I need to learn it now. Because if it's not now, it's never. So, that happened. And then when I was doing like the air dying, so for those of you who don't know, the air dying bike is one of the hardest things that you can do for like high intensity exercise. So it would be a 30-minute strength conditioning session where we would do 1 minute on the air dying, and then it would be 1 minute of any exercise, so like press ups, sit ups. You'd be pulling the rope down, you'd be doing jumping squats, you'd be hitting the bag, you'd be doing like barbell pushes with the barbell like this. So So imagine half an hour, no break. The only break that you get is going from the exercise that you're doing onto the bike, back off, back on, back off, back on.
Sounded like a chef session.
Bro, I swear to God, the first, because that that was a strength conditioning session. So I did the MMA sparring. So I did all the sessions because back then I didn't really know anything about, because I was just training to train. I was just training. I didn't really have structure in my training.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Thailand also taught me to have structure, what I need to work on, what days I need to be doing what. So when I first got there, believe it or not, I was doing 4 sessions a day, you know. Imagine that, 4 sessions in the heat, 4 sessions. Because after that session, I was like, I need to learn everything. So I was doing 4 sessions. So in the morning, I wake up, I do a run, 5:30, 6:30 in the morning, 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers. Then I would, so this would be like, take me an hour. So I'd be doing like 10, 11 kilometers, come back to the gym, and then I wouldn't even eat. Or maybe I'd eat like a protein oat, and then I would do the Muay Thai session. So that would be 8 till 10, so that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then I'd have a half an hour break and do half 10 till 12 jiu-jitsu. Then I'd have a break all in the afternoon up until 4 o'clock. So I'd either do the MMA sparring, MMA technique, the Muay Thai, which was at 4 o'clock, so that would be 2 sessions of Muay Thai, or and then the strength conditioning straight after the MMA session. So it's 5 until 5:30, so it's half an hour, so that's 4 sessions, plus the run, so that was 5 sessions. If you really think about it, the run is his own session.
Yeah.
Then you got the Muay Thai, then you got the Jiu-Jitsu. Some days it was gi, some days it was no gi. And then it was MMA sparring, Muay Thai or MMA technique, and then the strength conditioning. I was doing that for the first 2.5 months that I was there.
What changed it? You thought you had to have structure and it was getting too much, and because I know overworking is definitely a factor, and it slows you down if anything. If you start overworking yourself. So what was it that made you think, oh, you know what, I need to stop. I need to chill out a little bit, like on the workouts.
So
4 or 5 is not good for my body.
it wasn't.
Nah, 100%.
I was just being critical at the time, man. I just wanted to learn everything.
It's a good mentality, though.
I just did,
100%. It's a good mentality.
But yeah, so I had a motorbike accident when I was out in Thailand. Because for those of you who don't know, Thailand, there's like the highest motorbike accidents, deaths per like 100 people in the world, or something stupid like that. I think that's the statistic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is I think that's the statistic. And come off my bike. So I was on a sandy road. I swear to God, this was a week before I was supposed to fight in the stadiums, Muay Thai. So I turned the road, bang, I slipped, because it was dirty. I pressed the brake, it was about 30 kilometers an hour. I scraped the whole left side of my body. My shoulder was raw. Literally, all you could see was pink. The skin peeled off. As you can see, I don't know if you're going to zoom in and edit. That's from a motorbike. If you want to zoom in. That's motorbike. Here. That's the motorbike. That's the motorbike.
You got some more on this side, to be honest.
Yeah. It's here, and there. Those 3 are the motorbike. 1, 2, 3. That, you see, there's like a little bump. That was deep. There was dirt in it as well. This one was more of like surface, so it weren't that deep. This one took the longest to heal because it was deeper. And then that one didn't take very long. So when it happened, my body, because I had so much adrenaline when it happened, my body just went, shit. Like my arm was hurting, my wrist still hasn't, like it's fully recovered now, but it took like a year to recover.
Yeah.
And then like my wrist was hurt, like my knee was literally flesh, and then like little bits of my leg here was flesh as well. So my mate drove me back to the gym that I was training at, and then what happened is that he took me to the hospital. But before he took me to the hospital, one of the admin staff put Benylin. For those of you who don't know Benylin, it gets rid of staph and it gets rid of like all the dirty infections in Thailand. But when I say I screamed like a bitch when he put that on, oh my goodness. It's like alcohol. So he put it on, and it was like my skin started sizzling. It was crazy. And then that was probably the worst day I had in Thailand. You want to say like bad things happen in freeze. That was the first thing that happened, believe it or not.
There's another 2.
Bro, I'll get to that in a second. So, literally, I was taken to the hospital on the back of an old school 125. I'm telling you, this thing looked like it was on its last legs. Like, it was literally, you know, them rusty motorbikes that you can ride. Oh my goodness. So I was on the back of that, on the way to the hospital. I was partially bandaged up, but not too much, just so it didn't get infected or anything. And then my phone dropped out of my pocket, so that's number 2. On the way to the hospital, the phone dropped out of the pocket, smashed all over the floor. I was like, stop. So my friend had to pull over at the time. And then because this was a busy road as well, and in Thailand they don't stop for you. Even at a zebra crossing, like, they don't know what a zebra crossing is. Like, they have them, they just don't use them. So they just, if you walk in the road, it's like, why are you walking in the road for? They just carry on. Pardon me. But yeah, I got out and I had to, the cars were driving over my phone. I thought, please do not, because this is the only way I can access money. It's the only way, like, really I can, like, talk to people. Like, I got my laptop, but that's the only way I can communicate with people in Thailand. Honestly.
Was it, bro?
It was, no, it wasn't. It didn't get run over or anything, so thank God for that. Thank God for that, man. Then I went to the hospital. They looked after me because I got the bike for the gym. I was fully covered, so I didn't have to pay for nothing, because in Thailand you have to pay for, like, your medical care. It's not like here, where you got the NHS, you have to pay for, like, your medical care. You have to pay for medicine. You have to pay for bandages. Everything that you want to heal, you have to pay for. There's no support. Got to the hospital. When I say because I dropped on the sandy road, there was loads of, like, dirt in my cuts. They got tweezers, just, like, scraping my skin like this. Oh. I was like, honestly, it was like, I'd rather get my whole body covered in tattoos than experience that again. Scraping, like, getting rid of, like, the excess skin, scraping it, like I wasn't a person with feelings or, you know what I mean, nerves that I couldn't feel.
Did they not give you no numbing injection or nothing like that?
No numbing cream, straight to it, man. Straight to it.
Oh,
yeah. Like, even the numbing cream wouldn't really help, because I still feel it, man. But yeah, so they bandaged me up. I was in a wheelchair. My mate took the piss. He was recording me like, you fell off your bike, and now I'm sitting there wounded. I can't fight. I got to take a couple of weeks off training. I'm in Thailand. What am I gonna do? I can't really go to the beach. I can't really go in the sea. I got bandages on. It will get infected. Can't do nothing. I'm a sitting duck. And then on the way back from the hospital, I got bandaged up and everything. On the way back from the hospital, I went back to the gym to get my motorbike, because believe it or not, I got back on my motorbike and went back to my accommodation and slept. But before that happened, this is the third thing. So the gym that I trained at, they have rescue dogs in it. Yeah. Bearing in mind, these dogs have been abused by, like, these Thais. Like, they've been whipped, they've been treated like crap. Like, when I say, like, there's been one of those dogs got run over, so every time a person got on the bike, it started barking and chasing after the bikes. It was mad. So yeah, I went up. I was just getting my keys because it was in the admin room, which was like kind of like annex stuff from where the reception was. Yeah. And yeah, the most aggressive dog bit me on my leg. So I had a motorbike accident. My phone was smashed, but it wasn't broke. And the dog bit me.
Did you have to box it up?
Bro, I fucking kicked it like this. I was like, yeah, fuck off. I couldn't really box you up because I'm in bandages and that, you get me? So I'm wounded. You know, when it's like kicking you while you're down sort of thing.
Yeah. Yo, that dog had it in for you, know. He's like, you know what? He's injured now. I'm going to go for him.
Believe it or not, because they call the name, like, they call the dogs, like, Thai names. I used to call them, like, old English names. Like, that one was Carl. The other one was Roger. The other one was called Gareth. I swear to God, I used to take the piss. I'm like, yes, Gareth. He went from Carl to being called the black shit. He's like, fuck off, you black shit. Get out of my face. And that. I used to be, from that day forward, me and that dog were not friends anymore.
Was it alright with you after that?
No.
Nah.
He just barks at people because he's got trauma. But at the time, I was pissed because of the motorbike and the phone. So I was like, yeah, fuck you, get out of my vicinity.
Even if that never happened to me and it bit me anyway, bro, I'm pissed, bro. I'm still kicking it.
Fuck that, man. But yeah, it took me 2 weeks to recover. So I had to take a full week off, and then I just did a week of strength conditioning, and then I was back to hitting pads. But then, funny enough, when you said, when did you realise you had to change like the routine and stuff like that? So I didn't realise I was getting better, but I was fatiguing my body. Like my body wasn't recovering, so I was slow and sluggish. Them 2 weeks that I took off, I found a new level. Like I dialed it back to twice a day plus the strength conditioning, bro. The trajectory was like there.
Crazy.
Mad.
Yeah.
Like the amount I learnt, the amount I improved in my endurance, my speed, my timing, everything just went bang. Here on up, and it's continued that ever since.
There's a balance in it. It's not.
Yeah.
Your body needs to recover.
Yeah.
It needs to recover.
So when I say balance, to me, a balance is doing 2 sessions a day. That's me being balanced.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So yeah, I had to have a conversation with myself about what I was doing. Like, look, bro, like you're doing fucking 3-4 sessions. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you just dial it back to 2, yeah, you do those 2 to 3 sessions, but do them properly. Like, you're not just signing your name and doing the session. Oh, I've done the session. Just to say you've done it. No, go in there. It's not like I wasn't putting in the effort. I was putting in the effort. I was just tired. I was just fatigued. And then everything got better. My sparring got better. My endurance got better. My timing, as I said, my speed, my awareness. Like even my physical toughness got better as well. Even my mental toughness got better because I was putting myself more through the ring in them 2 to 3 sessions than I was. Like, don't get me wrong, I was putting myself through it, but I was like all or nothing in these sessions. And then
I think I find that better anyway, rather than overwork, like you said, just go into the session to say you've done them.
No.
Obviously, you still train, but you know when you can't work to your best of your ability, you'll know as well.
Yeah, like mentally, you need to be present in the session.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That's also a skill within itself, you know.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do because as I said to you at the start, because of my ADD, the most I can concentrate is when I'm actually either in sparring or like drilling a technique. The hardest part about the session is listening to the coach tell me what the technique is. Only because my mind will wander off. I'll be thinking to myself, I'll be thinking of a move that I did that's similar to that. So like what my mind's weird. So like I'll look at this bottle and I'll think about how I drank that same bottle last week, and then it all just starts branching off into different things. So like when it comes, like don't get me wrong, I've gotten better at it, but I'm still working. So I have to sit there and literally tell myself like, yo, concentrate, because my mind like sometimes wanders off. But yeah, it's
Is that where you met? Is he your boxing coach?
Jerry's more of like, he's my best friend, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love him to bits, man. Like the amount that guy's done for me is next level, man. Like he comes all the way from Dublin just to corner me. Like that's a next level commitment.
Yeah, 100%.
And he doesn't want no money. He just wants to see me do well because he knows I put the effort in. He knows how good I am, and he knows how good I'm going to be. So he just wants to be there for the journey. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want anything out of it. So I met Jerry. He just went out there to train. So originally he went out there for 2 weeks, and when I met him, and then when I first heard him, he sounded like Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
So everything that he said was just funny because that's who he reminded me of. But yeah, man, Jerry, he was just out there training, just getting fit, because he had a few amateur fights back in Dublin. Because in Dublin, MMA is not really like recognised as a sport. It's kind of like decriminalised sort of thing. So like it's not sanctioned. They don't have like a sanctioning body for it. So it's just like white collar basically. It's like white collar events and stuff like that. And then so he came over to learn Muay Thai. Well, not learn it, but to learn it in Thailand sort of thing. And then obviously we introduced ourselves to each other because he was actually talking to a guy that I met out there called Jude. So I met him through a friend, and then we were like that ever since. Literally, I swear to God, from the first, because I was like the second or third person that he properly met out there, but as soon as literally like we started speaking, like we were like this, man. And then even though he was there for only 2 weeks, we stayed in touch. And then he came back out in December, so we stayed in touch for the whole time there. He came back in December for a month, but I think I only saw him for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's like he was there the whole time I was there. It's like he was there with me, sort of thing. Even though he was back in Ireland, he was there. Like we'd speak all the time, and that. I think there wasn't a month where we didn't speak to each other. It was we became that close. And
he's a very good guy. From me speaking to him anyway, he's you know what it is as well. You know, I don't know if it's Irish people, if it's just him. Yeah.
Nah, it's just him, man. But he's next level.
You see, bro. Whenever I see him, you know, I've saw it fights and whatnot. He's just a vibe, man. Like he's funny and he's good to be around. He's one of them people you just.
You clicked.
Yeah.
He's got the give. It's like the polar opposites. He's like, even though I'm confident, he's like outgoing. Like
he's an extrovert.
Like extrovert to the T.
Yeah.
Like he'll sit there and he'll chat your ear off for an hour and won't come up for air. Like he'll tell you like dark humour jokes and that. Like he's really funny. Like he doesn't care. Like he's got no filter. But with me, I'm kind of like more reserved. I know when to say something and when not to say something. So we're like the complete opposites, but it works.
Nah, it does.
It fully works.
The opposites attract, innit?
It fully works, man. It fully works. And so obviously when I went out there when he came back out in December, he was only there for 3 weeks. And he actually got emotional. I'm actually going to call you out, Jerry. He actually got emotional when I left. Because obviously, you know, when you spend so much time with someone in like those 3 weeks, I spent every single day with him. Every single day. So that like, when you go, like obviously he was going to see me anyway, but he got upset. Obviously, I got upset because I spent the whole year there. I was proud of myself for the whole journey and everything that had happened. But I was surprised. He actually shed a tear or two, man. I was like, yeah, no, that's my guy, man.
He's a good guy, man.
And then obviously he came out in March. Originally, he was only supposed to come out to watch me fight. Yeah. But then Aki was like, if you want, just have him in the corner. And then ever since, he's become a part of, like, he focuses on my weight cut. Yeah. Focus on my nutrition, fight week and pre-fight week. He makes sure I get my weight down. Recently, he's also been getting in touch with like the promotions that are getting me fights and stuff like that. So yeah, man. He's actually like him and Aki are the kind of like he's like the technical like technology side, and Aki's like the more like pedal to the metal like without the technology. He'll like face to face, like gets things done sort of thing. So I've got like a guy that does like, as I said, the digital side, and I've got Aki who does like the real raw side. So it's like I've got the best of both worlds, man. I've got the best of both worlds. And then soon we're gonna add I got a new striking coach from Core Fit, one of Leon's coaches, like that he grew him from. His name's Jake Morale. I'm telling you, this guy is one of the best coaches in the world. I don't care what anyone says. This guy, his knowledge for striking is next level. Yeah. Because when I'm in the fights, like I'm in the zone. When it comes to like striking, I'm in this zone. But when it comes to grappling, I can listen to the coaches. Yeah. But I just need to learn how to transfer the zone into listening when I'm standing up. Yeah. So that's why I'm soon, either the next fight or the fight after, or probably when I come back from Thailand, that's when you're going to start to see Jake in my corner as well. He's like my Henry. Yeah. He's basically like Henry without getting Henry sort of thing. Yeah. But he fits my style perfectly. He sees how good I am, he sees what I do, and he's just adding to it.
He's very good, man. He's very good. You see him on he's always there on Saturdays at Renegade.
Bro, he's sick, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, now that I'm on it, you know what? Before I say that, how was the ending of Thailand? You know, obviously.
Right. So, obviously, for those of you who know, I ain't gonna mention names, but I was at a gym. I'm not gonna mention the gym's name because I ain't gonna give them the shine and the attention. So I was at a specific gym, and I put so much money into that gym, and it's not the fact that I care about the money. It's I care about the time. I spent all that time saving for it to go out there to be not to be treated different or to be a main priority, but I wanted guidance. I wanted to be like, yo, the specific individual that runs that gym has been there and done that. So
yeah.
I'm like, yo, you can teach me what it is to become an elite fighter. You've been there, you've been on them big shows, so you can show me the way and how to become an elite like sportsman, an elite training partner, you know, all those things that it takes to become like a great fighter. You had those intangibles, but you don't want to know. You all you care about is fame and clout. And I didn't go there for you to be focusing on Instagram models and literally people that have come in the UFC and you're giving them free training when I've put money into your gym to actually put the time and effort and to say, look, I'm willing to literally learn anything that you teach me, sort of thing. So I spent 9 months at that gym, and then I sold my last 3 months of training to a guy that I met out there, and then I was training at Powerhouse, Phuket. For those who don't know, Jack Lowe and Paul Brasniak, who's the Muay Thai technician. Them guys, if you want to learn Muay Thai and go to Thailand, go to Powerhouse in Phuket. I'm telling you, especially in Phuket. Even if you have no experience in Muay Thai, those guys will take the time to look after you. They will look at you. They don't care how much experience you got. Obviously, got the fighters classes and the normal classes, but they will look after you. They'll treat you like literally the pros. They will look after you. They will show you technique. They won't withhold information. Because going back to the other gym that I'm not going to mention, they withheld information. Even though I put all the money, they withheld it.
So it's like more like a business for them. Rather than that's definitely not what you want.
No, don't get me wrong. The experience, don't get me wrong. I don't regret the experience because it made me who I am today. But I said the first 5 months, I was getting battered and this and this. But then by the eighth month that I was there, pardon me, I was one of the best guys in the gym. I was like, I gotta leave. I gotta leave now. So then I went to Powerhouse, and then, you know when you say levels, leveled up, bang, bottom of the barrel again. Paul Brasniak, Muay Thai technician, WMC international champion, North American Muay Thai champion, just retired. Bro, he gave it to me, bro. Like, you know when they say there's levels, honestly, bro, 6'4", fights at 77 kilos, 77 to 84 kilos, Polish American guy, 30 years old, smack bang in his prime, knocking out Thais in like the Bangkok stadiums, bro. And then obviously at the start he was battering me, and then bro, like I started to get don't get me wrong, he was giving it to me, but I was giving it to him as well. So I started to like up the ante on him. And then even that 4 weeks I spent at Powerhouse, my striking evolved massively just in those 4 weeks, you know. Just in those 4 weeks. And then the last 2 months, I went to Bangtao, I was at Simbi, I was at Powerhouse. But also the last 3 months that I was there as well, I was at PGA. PGA is owned by Ben Royal. He fights in one championship. He fights all over Japan. He's from Manchester. He started at what's the gym in Manchester? ASW. I don't know what the gym's called, but it's not Manchester top team. It's the other one. So he originally went to Thailand back in like 2015, 16 times with that Phuket top team. So he went out there, didn't have a pot to piss in, and basically just like built his name up under I think it was Baralio. I'm not too sure. The black belt.
Steamer. Steamer.
I think so. I think that's him. No, that's the guy in Brum, isn't it? Baralio Steamer. Yeah, he's in Brum. I'm talking about the guy that was at Phuket top team. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he basically, there's like a tree from Phuket top team back in the day. So you got the black belt, and then you've got a few of the black belts that have branched off to like Phuket Fight Club and Tiger and all these different places. And then Ben, who opened up his own gym, PGA. That I thought I could grapple even when I did my stint at the gym that I was at for 8 months. I went there, they were doing like flipping triangles. They were doing like, honestly, they were doing like heel hooks. Like these like were leg lock specialists. So literally they'll take your back from a leg lock position and stuff like that. It was crazy. That's why when I came back and I was landing these leg locks and people were like, wow, what's going on? Because I spent like 3 months just doing like leg locks and like all, because it's nuance in it for jiu-jitsu. Because that's the way it's evolved now. Like all like the ADCC guys, leg locks, like the Rotolo brothers,
Yeah.
Gordon Ryan, and who's that big Brazilian geezer who's like ADCC champion like the last 4 years before Gordon beat him. I can't remember his name, but anyway.
I know what he looks like, but
Yeah, big stead head,
yeah,
like
yeah,
230 pounds
big
steroids.
bolo, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, leg locks. That was the way forward. You know how MMA evolved into like if you can't stuff a takedown or you can't take someone down, like you're not going to be an elite MMA fighter.
Yeah.
You're not going to be an elite grappler on ADCC or like on them shows if you don't know how to knee bar, ankle lock, inside heel hook, reverse heel hook, toe hold. I didn't know what a toe hold was until I went to Thailand. Do you know what I mean? Because they get you into the madness. Yeah. And then my grappling and my striking just evolved from there. And then I came back and.
How was it? What was the transition like back from from Thailand back to, the UK? Did it hit you like was it? Boom! Oh shit! I'm back.
It took a few days for the novelty to wear off because it's like you haven't seen family and friends for time. Yeah. But then you realise like they've got their own lives and that, and they don't really give a shit. Like they gave a shit they back, but then like they've gone back to their lives. So I'm just sitting there like a sitting duck, thinking to myself, I'm back now. What do I do? So then there was a guy that I met out there, one of Leon Edwards' boys. His name's S. He actually lives out in Dubai now. He's a money man. This geezer used to train at used to go travel the world with Leon and that. When Leon did that AK stint with Habib and that, when he fought Usman the first time, he went out with him. Like he's been to Dubai with him and that. And then he was telling me, he goes, go to Renegade, bro. He's like, you have to go to Renegade. He's like, you live in Birmingham, like you need to go there. If you want to compete with the best in the world, you got to go to Renegade. I was training with Aki at Aki's, fighting for him, and then obviously offered me a coach position when I came back, and I was sharpening my tools up at Renegade. So learning at Aki's, learning stuff at Renegade, sharpening my tools, and then obviously I came back and had my boxing coach Reese, which is RG Box Fit in Bilston, which is down the road. So that's the 3 places I was training at the time, plus going to the gym, doing my own S&C. And then so I came back, had my first fight, Battle Arena, and then basically got a further.
That's when, because I didn't know you'd come back. You know what I mean? All I heard Thailand, he's with Thailand, and then I'm seeing Battle Arena post it, and I'm like, he's back. Nah, because I wasn't even thinking, he's back, because it didn't look like you. You know what I mean? It didn't. And then I read the name and it was, and I'm thinking, no way, bro, no way. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The difference, like. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It's different, bro. Different. So you smashed it, bro. I'll be real.
One thing I see with your fighting style as well, it seems like you're confident.
No, I am.
Rightfully so.
I'm very confident in my ability.
It's good to be confident in your skill set. If you're not confident, then that means you don't believe a jab's gonna land or whatever. But it's good to be confident. But how do you feel like me personally? I know everyone, when they have their fight, they act differently. You've got your own persona, I got my own little persona. I start saying jokes before my fight. I haven't noticed, like me and Haych was talking about it the other day. I start, busting jokes. This guy is like walking back and forward. You seem like a very calm, collected guy, man. Like once I walked up to you for your last fight, and I was like, I wanted to tell you to be relaxed, calm down, then you're more calm than me.
I think you're just telling yourself to calm down.
I need to calm down.
I hear that one still. You know what? As I mentioned to you before, I wasn't very confident growing up, but it's just something that I learned. I think it was always in me, but I just had to realise that I'm built for this. This is my calling. You know what I mean? Like this is what God put you on this earth to do. All those trials as a kid, all the things that you went through, being belittled, being bullied, being picked on, being mentally abused, being physically abused, you get me, as a kid, was moulding me. And then when I step in that ring, it's like, all them people back then can't chat to me now, Seriously, they can't. Like they walk, bare man from school see me, James, and that. I'm like, some of these people, I'm like, where was you when I was getting bullied at school? You don't want to know me, but now you want to know me because I'm doing well, sort of thing. But obviously each their own, innit? But
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like when I step in the ring, bro. Like I feel free, man. That is where I'm at my most like peak. That's why I call myself switching it, because it's a transition. It's an evolution. The fight prep, and then once you get in there, I'm free. I'm switch. You get me? That's me. That's who I am. That's my highest self.
Yeah.
You get me? So, you know, when you come up to me before fights, I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. I'm just sitting there like this most of the time, just taking the surroundings, not overthinking the occasion and not underthinking it either, just treating it accordingly. The most I feel is the walk from the changing rooms, pardon me, I keep burping, from the changing rooms to the ring. That's the hardest part. Just get in the ring, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
As soon as I get in the ring, bro, it's like, I'm home. Honestly, I know it sounds cringe and crazy, but I'm home in there, man.
Do you get nerves?
Little nervous, just a little bit. But it's not like, it's more like the pressure that I put on myself, that I get nervous. Like performance, how well I know I can perform. I want to perform to the best of my ability, the way I know I can perform. That's the only thing I get nervous about. Everything else, I don't get nervous at.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, my mom, win, lose or draw, I'm going to get out. My mom's still going to love me. My bridges are still going to be my bridges. I'm just going to go back to training on the Monday anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If I'm only going to gain from it, win, lose or draw. Sort of thing, innit?
You see, when I'm, everyone always tells me, how are the nerves? How are this? For me personally, bro, I'll be honest with you. I think it might be a bad thing because I don't know what's not working, but I don't feel no nerves or nothing at all. Like and even when I'm in there and I touch, I feel like I treat it a bit too much like a spar, because I'm not nervous or nothing. I'm chilling. But and then the disappointment hits. Like when I hear that I've lost or what, my hand doesn't get raised, bro. Yeah. The disappointment's just.
Oh, bro, it's the worst feeling in the world, man. It's the worst feeling. Especially when you're better. You're better than them. You know you're better than them. You know, in sparring or in 9 times out of 10, you're gonna batter this geezer. But it's just circumstances. Obviously, every dog has its day, sort of thing. And then you gotta give credit to them. Like they did the things in order to win, and you didn't. So it's like you gotta hold your hands up to them. So see, with me, all my losses have come from it's my fault, not because they're better than me. It's because I went on my A game or I made specific mistakes in order for them to capitalise on. But we're still learning, man. We're still learning, bro. Still learning our craft, man.
Bro, that's the thing with MMA as well. It's like you'll never ever know everything. You'll never know. There's always something to learn.
You strive for perfection, but you'll never be perfect. But you strive for it. But it's 1% every day.
100%.
Like even today when I sparred, like there was things that I did wrong, but there's also things that I did really, really good. It's if you're not working or if you're not failing, you're not trying. Everyone's failed. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter. I don't care what anyone says. Doesn't matter if you're Habib, Conor McGregor, Leon, flipping Anderson Silva. They've all lost. They've all failed. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira. You get me? They've all lost. They've all failed. Even Mayweather lost at amateur. You know what I mean? He lost in the Olympics. Shakur Stevenson lost. Ben Whittaker lost. But it's how you bounce back from it. Use them losses as learning experiences and to push you and drive you to the next level. And that's what I'm doing.
But I love the mindset, man.
You have to, man.
Love it. For real, you have to. And if you don't have that mindset, and this is to anyone and everyone, whoever's doing MMA or any combat sport, because there is definitely gonna be times where you feel like, yo, he done me there. But it's your reaction, bro. It is 100 million% your reaction. Yo, next time I'm not gonna do this. Next time I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna, sort out my own craft. Next time you ain't gonna be able to do that. So I love the mindset, man. I love the mindset. Very good mindset. You got anything to wrap up with?
Literally, Yeah. I don't think the viewers know. I don't think
You
the
want to
viewers
talk about
know,
it, we can
man.
talk about it, man.
But I
As I
think-
said, I'm an open book, man. You can
I
ask
think
me
my
anything.
guy became Muslim not that long
Yeah,
ago.
man.
So he went from
Yeah,
bro
that's a
to
journey.
yo, that's Haych, man, that's my brother.
Haych.
Like that is my brother, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I swear
man.
down, if my blood brother was not Muslim, he'll be closer to me.
100 million
You know what I
percent.
mean?
I appreciate that,
think
lads.
he's closer
Nah,
to
real
me, you know
talk,
what I
man.
mean?
I've never felt more welcomed than when I took my Shahada. I swear to God. For those of you who don't know, when I took my Shahada, it was recorded. And I swear to God, there was about 30, 40 people that sat there and watched it happen. And then after it happened, they were like, Allah Akbar, and then they came up to me, everyone shook my hand. Aki was crying. But yeah, I got good people around me, man. I got good people because from what I've been told from obviously the people that I've surrounded myself with recently, like good brothers, obviously like people like Caesar and that, he's really helped me, man. Caesar, honestly, bro, like that's my bro, that's my dog, man. He literally, he's like my Muslim. I have different brothers in it for different things. Like he's like my Muslim twin. Like if I wanted to be a Muslim, I would follow in his footsteps, man. The things that he's taught me in terms of like Islam and that, because it's simple. It's like you don't have to do all these like extreme things. It's about getting the foundation, the 5 pillars, your Shahada, your Sadaqah, your Salah, your Ramadan and Hajj. Obviously Hajj is like 10, 15 racks, so I won't be doing that for a few years. But I will do it. Alhamdulillah, I will do it. Inshallah. I will do it. I will do it.
We're on the same path as well.
Yeah, I have to do it, bro.
We will one time.
I'm doing. I might be potentially doing Umrah next year, you know.
Inshallah.
Yeah. After I come back from Thailand, I'm thinking about doing it. Me, Caesar, and Base. I think us 3 are gonna go.
Beautiful experience.
Feel free to come, bro. Like honestly, listen. There's no barricade, bro. Whoever wants to come, man, yo.
Yeah, it'd be sick, man.
But yeah, he said get the 5 pillars because people overcomplicate it. It's about the 5 pillars, obviously. I've done my Shahada, so that's 1. I did my Sadaqah. Every time I earn £100, I give a minimum of 5 at a minimum, even though it's 2.5% Islamic tax for like charity and that. I give a 5 out. Like yesterday, obviously I don't want to boast, but yesterday obviously I gave money to Palestine and that. But obviously that's off because not because Islam told me is not because Islamically I wanted to, but because I wanted to because of what's going on, sort of thing. But yeah, obviously that being Muslim plays a factor into it. I'd give charity anyway, but because I'm a Muslim, it gives me more incentive to give charity.
100%.
My Salah, I'm actually improving on my prayer, so like I can actually do Surah Fatiha now. I can actually do it without reading. It took me 2.5 weeks to learn it. I can say it fast as well, so if I need to do a quick prayer, obviously I don't want to rush my prayers because I'm still learning. I want to perfect like my Salah, so obviously I'm just.
This is crazy.
I do my Surah Fatiha. I could do the prayer. I could do Adnan as well. I could do the prayer call. I could do the Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. I should do an la ilaha illallah, and I could do all the way up to the end. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and then I've fasted since I've took my Shahada. I do my Islamic fast. Sometimes I do my Monday fast or a Thursday. So this Monday I'm doing my Monday fast because obviously I'm back in camp for my fight, so I'm doing my Monday fast. That helps, man. Also, sunnah, wrestling. So I do my wrestling on the Monday and fast. So that's 2 sunnahs. You get me? So
That's crazy, man.
I know it sounds crazy, but I had my foundation before I even took my Shahada because I spent years trying to like get everything together. Because even when I went to Thailand, I didn't drink. I didn't eat pork. I tested myself and I went a whole year without doing it. You know what I mean? The hardest thing for me is women. But as a revert, the hardest thing for me is women. But like that will come. Like. Obviously, it's about steps. As you know, we say we're training 1% every day. It's the same with Islam. 1% every day, man.
I heard this saying, and I say it to a lot of people, and alhamdulillah, my friend just recently reverted.
Alhamdulillah, that's sick, man.
And this is what I told him, bro. If I gave you like a big cake now, and I said to you, there you go. You're not going to eat it all at once.
Nah. That's a perfect analogy still.
You're going to feel... You chop it up into pieces.
Yeah, man.
Bit by bit to taste the sweetness. You get me? You're not going to taste the sweetness and how nice it is if you just it's just not gonna work. It's
man.
just not gonna work, bro. And that's not only to you, bro. It's a reminder for us as well, bro. Like we all go through. You know how you said women, bro. We all go through this, and all of us. Like we go through our trials, and
Yeah, of course,
you know
man.
what I mean. It's just with your relationship with you and God, man.
That's all it is, man. Like people think it's more than actually what it is, man. As long as you believe in God and you have tawakkul in Allah, which obviously means your faith in God, like your trust, your faith in God. As long as you have that, you have your faith in the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as his final messenger, giving you all those things. Because Coach was like to me, when you become Muslim, you're gonna love the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I thought to myself in my head, how can I love someone that I've never met? But I get it now because he's give us a better way of life. So all those sacrifices, all those things that he did, gave us a better life. 100%. And it gives me shivers, and bro, I get emotional speaking about it. Honestly, bro, it's crazy, man. Like even when I took my Shahada, nothing but good praises, man. I had gifts. Literally, ever since I took my Shahada, I've had 2 Islamic learning books and two Qurans ever since I took my Shahada. And I'll tell you this now, you're going to laugh when I say this. So Caesar, he always talks about when people take their Shahada, mostly it's like people that are in prisons or like people that are like reformed and stuff like that. And they join these like groups, like they join these like extremist groups. And he told me, he goes, bro, they get them to do the Shahada to get the rewards, but then they don't give him the information. They don't give him the information to go off that. So they just say, oh, you took your Shahada, okay, then leave him to it. But what Caesar told me, he goes, you need to watch out for this, this and this, because as soon as you take it, this is going to happen, you're going to start to see this. And then it's literally opened up my eyes. I swear to God, within an hour and 50 minutes, Shaitan came for me, bro. Shaitan came for me in a human form. Because obviously, I'm still learning. I listened to the Quran every day, so I'm on Surah 7 at the moment, so I'm listening to it. So I'm learning. I'm actually learning pretty quickly because obviously I've got other people in my life. I speak about it. I'm learning. Obviously I've read the Quran a little bit, but mainly I'm listening to it because that's when I do better listening than I do reading because of my ADD. So Shaitan came up to me in human form. This guy, I'm not going to mention his name. He came up to me and was like this. Gotta get that removed. But Coach and Caesar already told me, because I don't have to get it removed because whatever I did before I became Muslim, that's slate's white clean. So on the day of judgment, that's blank because I'm a new person now. And then it was just, you could just tell it was some envy. I could feel the evil eye. When I took my Shahada, I could feel his presence. For those of you who don't know, that evil eye, that's real, you know, bro. I experience that in the gym all the time. 100%. Every gym that I've been to, whether it's the weightlifting gym, the kickboxing gym, the MMA gym, it doesn't matter who you are, anyone can get evil eye. But yeah, like pointing at my tattoo and basically like tried to belittle me for having a tattoo. Like after I'd just been welcomed by my brothers. After I've just like, that's a big thing, like becoming a Muslim. It's not some small thing, isn't it? Like you're accepting God and you're basically submitting to God and you're building a relationship with God sort of thing.
Let me tell you something about people like that, You know why you don't listen to them? There's a hadith Qudsi that, when there's hadith Qudsi just means that the Prophet ﷺ said this, but it's what God said. And God said, if O son of Adam, if I had made you perfect, then I would have destroyed you and created another creation that who would sin? Because God knows we're gonna sin. God knows we're gonna do this. God knows we're gonna. It's just about repenting and like he said, bang on. Whatever it is that was before Islam, wiped clean, bro. Wiped clean. You're not gonna be perfect. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. None of us are perfect, bro. We're always gonna sin, bro. So don't listen to them. They're extreme and they don't. Probably look at himself, man.
It's got bad. Caesar, he has a saying. He goes, "Who told you that? Who told you that? Let me know who told you that." And he's an idiot, basically. Who told you that?
You have to, bro.
Like, where are you getting this information from? Are you just coming up with this information? Are you nuanced? Are you innovative? No.
You
do what the book says. The book came straight from God, and obviously it took 23 years to be made and stuff like that. But it came from God, bro. You can't twist God's words because on the day of judgment you're going to be held accountable for that.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I don't judge people. I can't judge you.
Yeah.
Can't judge you. Can't judge anyone. Can't judge my opponent.
Yeah.
I can only judge myself and what I do on a daily basis, and that's what
Yeah.
Islam's taught me. And but when I took my shahada, Isa came up to me, goes, you're better than all of us now because you took my shahada, and I felt wrong. I was like, nah, I can't. I'm not better than anyone, man. I'm just me. I'm just on my own path, sort of thing, and yeah.
Don't even think about it. Oh, I'm better than him or he's better than me.
Nah, I don't.
You're on your own journey.
I don't think like that, anyways, because he told me that, and I thought to myself, I'm not.
Yeah.
You get me? But I see where he's coming from because at that point I'm sin-free. I'm like a newborn baby, and Aki was like, make your du'as now because they'll go straight to the heavens because you're clean.
Yeah.
Bro, I asked for what I wanted. I got it the next day, bro.
Wallah.
I swear to God, I got it the next day, bro. I got it the next day. But yeah, man. But then obviously I've had conversations with Aki about Islam, and he goes, bro, the way you go, and he goes, you're gonna be a better Muslim. Aki.
Yeah.
Mohammed Zamaman, the best person I know, said that I'm going to be a better Muslim than him. What? He literally said, he goes, you're going to be a better Muslim than me. I was like, coach, nah, that's impossible, man. That's impossible, man.
Nah, you never know, man. You never know.
Nah, I know.
You never know.
But Aki's next level,
But
man.
Aki, I love him, man. Wallah,
He's next level, man.
He's a very good. He sorted us out as well when we were training at First Reaction, man. Wallah, I don't want to say what he's done. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because he's done it in private, so he'll get his rewards. Inshallah.
Of course, man.
You know what I mean? But wallah, he sorted us out as well. He's a very, very good guy, man. Make sure you get yourself down, man. Aston, First Reaction MMA, man. 100%.
Aki, man. We'll look after you, man. We're all brothers, man.
100%.
Yeah, man. But obviously, bro, literally, the best thing about Islam is the food. Bruv, telling ya, you know these Yemeni men, yo blood, you know them foods? Yeah. Meat, chicken and flipping rice, yeah. This big, yeah. So, bro, two people will have that, you know. Bro, I went to a Yemeni restaurant on Cove Road yesterday, but honestly, bro.
What was the place?
Haramoots. It's opposite Juice for
Someone
Life.
told me about that.
It's opposite Juice for Life. It's a Yemeni brother.
Yeah, someone told me about that. It's
Bro,
banging.
it's sick.
Yeah.
Bro.
I need to go there. 100%.
Tell you, man. Get to Cove Road and eat some food, bro. If you're hungry, I'm telling you, they'll sort you out,
he's round
man.
the corner as well, so we have a fat lunch then as well, you know.
Bro, I love
Fat
food,
lunch.
man. Love food.
But yeah, man. Wrapping it up. Yeah.
No problem.
It's amazing having you on, James.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, man.
Big things to come.
Yeah.
Very big things to come. You got to keep an eye out on his career because, inshallah, it's.
Can I make a quick fight announcement?
That's what it is.
Right.
Announcements, anything
Right, I'm fighting on the 30th of July. I'm fighting on Cage Warriors Academy Southeast for the welterweight title. For those who don't know, Cage Warriors, one of the biggest promotions in the world. They have an amateur scene. So yeah, be sure to check that out. My Instagram is The Switch MMA. If you want to get in touch with me and watch my content. So yeah, man. Obviously, go check their stuff out as well, man. They're doing bits, bro. Honestly, 100%. I rate their thing, man. Honestly, I do.
And if you do want to get into contact about him, but you can't reach him or whatever, about whether that's tickets or anything, just Community Combat or Hideout Mo or myself.
Yeah, it'll be on our socials.
Whether that's tickets or anything, literally, or you want one-to-ones with him or whatever it is, go check his stuff out anyway, man.
Yeah,
Serious brother, man. Serious. Yeah, just mention one.
Yeah, if you want to do a one-to-one with me, I'm a bit booked up at the minute, but obviously if you inquire, I can let you know like when I'm free and stuff like that. So just give me a DM on Instagram. All ages, all genders, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's go.
But all two genders.
Yeah, two. Yeah,
right.
two, man.
It's amazing having you on.
Man.
Yeah, man. Inshallah, we have you on in the future.
Yeah, man, I appreciate
Inshallah,
it.
you're gonna smash the fight, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell to be notified on when we upload next. And yeah,
See you next time. Take care.
Hold it.